Hey y'all, this is where wit meets wisdom and wild stories. We evolve with wild stories out of any of life's circumstances. So Stacy and Cheryl have shared about challenges in their lives within the past year, and now it's my turn. I've always been one that's been pretty healthy. Sickness is just not something that comes to me. I very seldom catch a cold. I don't have allergies. You know, the normal things I just don't get. But this year I have spent more time in a hospital than I have my entire life. In January, I found myself in the ER 3 times, diagnosed with a UTI. And it took me until mid to late February before I was able to be fully recovered from that. Took multiple antibiotics and finally got rid of that. And then in May 1st actually, I was struck with the most excruciating pain in my body that I've ever experienced in my life. Now, you have to know, I've given birth 3 times with no medication, and this was 10 times worse than that. I've never felt anything like it in my life. My husband took me to the ER and was told early in the morning hours on a Saturday that I would be having surgery the next day to have my gallbladder removed. So Sunday came, my gallbladder was removed, and woke up from that and was told that there were stones that had gotten free from my gallbladder. So on Wednesday I would be having another procedure to have the stones removed. Had that on Wednesday, was feeling great, went home on Thursday. Friday night I end up in the ER again in excruciating pain and was sent to a 3rd hospital with acute pancreatitis. And, you know, I was too naive to realize how serious things were at that point. I had no idea. I just was flitting through my days and doing whatever, but it was quite serious. But I was able to return home on Monday. So I've experienced multiple procedures, a lot of pain, and a lot of hospital stays in the last several months, with many tests, follow-up tests resulting. And I've realized just how difficult, I mean, as Cheryl kind of alluded to with her situation, how recovery time is so lengthy and so long. And I remember even 4 weeks after my surgery, I was still totally exhausted. And, you know, it just took time to finally recover from that and to finally begin to start feeling a little bit more like myself. I have some other things coming up in the future, but, you know, it's when you've got people who care about you and people who love you, you know, you can get through it. It's a scary thing, but you know, God's got us. And it's always nice to know that when you need an encouraging word or a laugh or just a joke being told, you know, you've got people you can rely on. And that's part of what has gotten me through. I was not close to my friends at the time for them to be able to come see me, but we were always just a text away, a phone call away, whatever was needed. And, you know, it's nice to know that even when you're laying in a hospital bed, you can still find the joy in the mundane.
And if I'm texting, you never know what it's going to
be. This is true. Stacy voice texts a lot, and usually hers are not for children's eyes, not really even for my eyes.
And she didn't even say that. Like,
they just come through as
It does not understand my accent.
Yeah.
But when I text and I voice text, mine come through about Jesus.
She's so spiritual.
I don't know what the difference is here. I don't understand.
Yeah, whatever.
My voice texting says Jesus. So there you have it. Jesus is the answer.
Yes, that's right.
So we just wanted you to know that, you know, we're normal people. We have issues and problems and challenges just like everybody else, but we make it through and we can still laugh. We're still here. Love you guys.
Love you too.
Love you.
More wisdom, wit, and wild stories to come. Bye-bye.